Hi guys. Okay, I'm putting my camera earrings on. Okay, so this pair is, how do I show this? Oh my gosh, look at that sparkle. We know I like sparkly, glittery things, and we have to have earrings to be camera ready. I just decided that, and now it's a thing. So this pair of earrings I got for $4 at one of the booths at the antique mall that I have a booth at. And she sells all her vintage earrings for $4. And these are like, oh my gosh, so pretty. If you're local to California, to San Diego, California, you comment below and I'll tell you where her booth is because, oh my gosh. Anyway, I chose these beautiful sparkly ones because, you guys, I just clicked on the tracking of the greeting cards and they are out for delivery today. You guys, we're gonna do an unboxing. That video might be up tomorrow or the next day, depending on, but I will film the unboxing today if they come today. I'm super excited. But because they're not here yet, I'm going to, remember I told you I selected 4 greeting cards that I painted to reproduce. If you didn't watch my last video and you're like, what are you even talking about? I decided to take, I ordered, I ordered some watercolor paper that was 5x7 folded cards. And I did some watercolor paintings as cards. And then I decided, because I feel like they turned out like pretty or fun, that I would scan them and reproduce them to make them like sellable. And I think I'm gonna put them in my antique booth, my booth at the antique mall, the local antique mall. I'm super excited. I might pop them online too. I'm just not sure. I will make that decision before I do the unboxing so that you guys know. And if they are amazing, when the unboxing happens, then you'll be able to get some of your own, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Let's I'm gonna manifest it. I'm gonna manifest it right now. Just like manifest with me that it's going to be wonderful and everything. But so today, because we can't do the unboxing, I'm going to I'm gonna share the video of me painting this one. This is the original. Look at her. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Look at her. She's so fancy and so adorbs. Okay, so see, this is the watercolor paper card. I taped it down and I painted this. And today, this is the video of me painting this. So if you want to paint with me, get all set up, pause, get all set up and paint with me. If you just want to see this be painted, we're gonna do that right now. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I am starting by washing in a background around my little sketch of the peacock. And I'm choosing these calming, like cool colors because I want to contrast it with some really vibrant colors. So I'm putting sort of cool colors in the background, and then the warmth that you're seeing me put in right now is going to be the sun sort of catching on the background foliage. That's the idea. That's the idea. We're going to watch this unfold. Right now, I'm just sort of, the technical term is I'm just blobbing in the background. So I'm just blobbing in the very furthest away or first layer of color, if you will. And then you can see me go in with a napkin. I'm just creating kind of texture in these bright flowers. Or variance in how much color is there. So now I'm just sort of testing, I'm like trying to decide what color blue And I'm like, is that right? I knew I was going to, as I always do, I knew I was going to put lots and lots of layers, but I really couldn't decide. I wanted it to be like that royal blue that popped and was epic, but I also needed there to be some lighter areas so that so that it created that sort of 3D, like that this isn't just a flat painting. I wanted him to kind of come to life, like his little birdie life or big birdie life, as it were. So now I'm looking and I'm like, honestly, I can't tell you if the way that I chose to do it is the best way, or if you have a better way and you're like, oh, I would do it this way. Do it, by all means, do it that way. But I was like, how am I going to get this bright orange to stay bright? So I went in with the neon orange. And when I tell you it is neon, it is neon. And so I went in with the neon orange and I sort of dabbed them out and let them dry. And then I'm going around with this, it's not super bright, but that sort of aqua teal color. And I'm carving out the little like surrounding areas of each of these peacock feathers. Now, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but peacock feathers, if you've just like seen a feather by itself, not on the bird, they are magical. They're iridescent. They have varying colors, and they're like color shifting, and they're just gorgeous. So I felt like it was a very huge undertaking to try to capture that. I was like, how am I going to capture this? And so I decided to use bright color, and I decided to use shimmery color, and I decided that what was going to work was going to have to be a ton of layers. And you can see that purple like line I put in there because I was like, oh, maybe I'll put the deepest, darkest background first and then put it in. And I was like, no, that's not going to work. So I just, as I always do, I'm just playing and figuring out as I go what works. So now I'm going in with purple because I know that this is going to be the very background, like the dark background. And so I'll be able to mix this like pretty greenish teal with a Posca pen to kind of wisp in the feathers on top of that purple, which is what I was thinking I would do originally, but I knew I needed to put in those little like bright circles because I was just never going to be able to, do it. So now what I'm trying to do is use a darker color to carve around the leaves that are in the distance and just give them a little bit more of delineation between the sky and those. I don't want them to be the focus of the painting, so I just was like, oh, I'll just put some background in. So I'm adding some of the pink flower down here, and I'm picking it up and just adding some more variants throughout. I didn't have like a super significant plan on how I was going to, or a super detailed plan on how I was going to execute this guy. I just was like, let's just zone out and go for it. And sometimes in art, you guys, you got to just zone out and go for it and just get in your own little creative world. And I was looking at a reference photo, obviously, because I always do, because I feel like I can't hold accurate pictures of anything in my mind. Like, I don't know why, which is a weird thing to say because I can read a page in a book, and if you say, oh, somewhere on this page it says this, I can tell you what the paragraph like looks like it's indented, it's over here, and it's right here on this page. I have like that weird kind of photographic memory, but when it comes to like a representation of an animal or a flower or something, I can't do it just from memory. I have to look at reference photos. So I am looking at a reference photo of a peacock for this. And it's even a peacock with these bright flowers near it. So I really am trying to recreate this very colorful, whimsical peacock. And I'm having to, like always, layer upon layer upon layer. And the more you glaze over with that, with like the deeper, darker colors, the more that peacock is coming to life. And he is just coming to life. I love him. I love him. So now I'm using that same purple that is dried in the background, and I'm doing wispy, feathery strokes. Even though I still know this is going to be a layer that is covered with other wispy strokes. With peacock feathers, the more wispy, the better. So let's just wispy in all the wispies, you know? So I'm just adding some little branches to give it the idea that he's, you know, that these trees that are in the background actually have branches and that they're real. So I'm just trying to add little bits, and I'm using the darkest brown for that. Now I'm using a darker pink, a not so vibrant pink, to try to carve in some shadow and depth in these flowers. And I'll do the same for the orange. Just put in some darker, so. And then as always, I'm picking it up with the napkin. I paint quite often with napkin. Okay, now you're seeing I'm putting a dab of that Posca paint. And now I'm taking that blue and mixing it with the Posca paint. So it's taking that same blue and it's asking it to be more opaque so that it can land on top of that purple and be visible. But still, because it's mixed with watercolor, it still has that, it still kind of dries in like a feathery transparent, if that makes sense. I think with this, I was just like, as many little tiny wispy strokes that I can like manage to create without going crazy has got to be the plan. Because, I mean, they're peacock feathers, you guys. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm just adding more green. Putting more green around because I was like, oh, I guess there's more green and not just this like light teal. It really was just sort of a labor of love of like how many layers of wispy little. I was just using like a very fine brush and just wisping. We're just wisping, guys. I think I'll have to title this video "Wisping in Some Feathers." Just all the wisping. That's a technical brushstroke, is a wisp. Not really. Not really. So now I'm just trying to darken up the blue color. And so what I did was I put in some Posca paint in the blue spot so that I thought it would dry, and then I could add that bright blue after. And I'm going to go in and reinforce that pop of orange by just a second coat of that. You can see that is a neon orange. And because orange and this like teal color are complementary colors, I feel like that's what made it pleasing for me to look at. I was like, oh, I like it, I like it, I like it. Oh, yeah. Now I'm using that neon green, but I'm like, okay, Sarah, I mean, perhaps you went too far. Like there's bright and then there's obnoxious. So I had to sort of try to like take down what I was, not take it down, but like mute it a little bit, because I was like, oh, Sarah, you got a little crazy there. Now I'm just painting in his eye and carving out his beak a little bit, giving him a little bit of shadow and depth. And putting in some more of the little branches that would be peeking out in the background. And giving some more foliage that maybe is closer to the viewer. And I'm going to pop in some little white flowers too, with the Posca paint, of course. Oh, I've got to put his feet in. So I pop in his feet, and then, you guys, I was like, does this look right? I kept changing it like a million times with his feet, because I was like, it looks like his feet are all on one side of his body, and I don't know. There's no time frame on your art, you guys. If you guys are painting and you want to go in and add and change and don't feel like you're, pressed for time. Just get in there and try things and see what works, and see if you like it. And I'm adding the shadow, because you guys know, if you've ever watched me paint before, you know that shadows for me are what just define something, and just all of a sudden it like pops, and it's amazing when you put shadow under the little like toes of this guy. I'm adding some little flowers just for some extra excitement and texture in the background. Oh my goodness, he's cute. Oh, he's just a little cutie. And I'm adding some color up on his, is that called a comb? A peacock comb? It's like his little crown of feathers sticking up. I mean, this is a real creature, guys. How wild is it that these like actually walk around and exist looking like this? I mean, who do they even think they are, being so fancy? And there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love it. Okay, here she is, finished. She is not yet signed, because I just didn't look. I just didn't know where. Sometimes I just don't know where to sign it. So I thought that once I scanned it and had them reproduced and they arrived, I only ordered 20 or 25 of these. I can just go through with maybe a white pen or some kind, or I could sign them down below, or I don't know. But I can go through and hand sign each one. So the signature is not reproduced, the signature is original. Okay, if you guys are excited to see the unboxing, or if you just, like this video or want to hang out again next time, please subscribe. And if you want to leave me a comment and you don't know what to say, and you're like, I'm not a comment leaver, maybe just leave I think there's a peacock emoji. I think there's a peacock emoji. So I think you can comment a peacock emoji if you want. If you like this video, please comment a peacock emoji. Okay, bye. See you guys next time.